After dividing and conquering last week, I am so excited to have the family back here on the property and also very excited to be getting back to work on our property development. It's crunch time. The summer is absolutely flying by and we have a bunch of plants and trees that need to go in the ground right now because we want to catch the fall rain. Also, we want to make sure that the ground doesn't freeze. We can start having snow as early as October out here, so we have a lot to do, before that happens. We're starting the week with Jeremy sifting our sheep, horse, and rabbit manure in his homemade sifter, and then we are gonna get going.
For those of you who maybe missed us building this homemade compost sifter, you can go back a few videos and check it out for yourself. I absolutely love this thing. Very simple, straightforward build that makes some great compost. I always have to resist the temptation to stop what I'm doing whenever I pass through this area to start scooping compost in here. That's how much I love it. Been working with it this morning. We have a healthy pile of compost all set up here. We're gonna grab the tractor, scoop it up, and get to work. Reunited and it feels so good.
Woo!
Back together and we're scooping poo.
Okay, we're not in unison.
You're not in unison.
Unison is a sleep aid.
Are we sponsored by Big Pharma now? What's going on here?
I don't know if it's a big pharma, but it does make you go night-night.
Well, I won't stop and I won't let go. I want you, I need you. I need you to understand that I will run and I will not fall until I have won you.
What's first, Daddy-O?
Well,
Well,
we gotta figure out where we're gonna put everything.
right here.
I think we should probably get all of our plants and trees moved over before we start breaking up the soil.
Okay.
Work up for the day. Oh.
I'm in heaven when I'm with you.
All right, we got everything moved over. And Mama, what is the old adage about planting a tree? The best time to plant a tree was
Yesterday.
yesterday. That is correct. Obviously, that is not an option for us, but all of these trees have been sitting in pots. I picked them up in the spring.
Yesterday.
May, which is when I got them. That's when they're sold in nurseries around here. Not real good for these trees to be sitting in pots, so it is of the utmost importance
Utmost.
that we get them stuck in the ground as soon as possible. We're working with a couple of Japanese maples, one that is crimson, one that is green. We have a shorter Colorado spruce, which is a weeping variety.
It's like Jeremy.
Weeping?
Well,
Short.
I mean,
Short and weeping, that's me
if
in a
you haven't
nutshell.
checked out our podcast yet, you can check out our second.
So that weeping spruce will be short, set up near the water feature, which should look really, really nice. And we have a couple of golden junipers as well. Good variety of color. Everything should look really nice. Before we get them stuck in the ground though, we have to mix up some soil. You ready to do that?
I'm ready.
Let's get her going.
Speaking of yesterday, I wanted to update you guys on Micah's placenta tree. We have a little honeybee bugging me right now, but we put this in the ground in May. It's planted over Micah's placenta, and that kid must have some crazy good DNA because this is the biggest bumper crop I've ever seen from a first-year tree. It's an organic Honeycrisp apple, and we've decided that we're going to make his very first food from his very own tree. I was expecting maybe an apple or two, and we got a total bumper crop, so we're pretty excited about it. Don't question the madness. There's a method to it. I don't know what that method is, but round and round he goes. Nothing. No, I said you were doing a really good job. Really good.
The reason I'm spinning in place is because this is gonna look a little sad in the beginning. Initially, we're getting all these stuck in the ground because they're smaller trees. This one grows, it's like a 10-foot spread. So I'm trying to figure out exactly where to place this thing, making sure that it's not like running into our driveway or running into the stream. It's important. It's an important step in the process. Is that good?
good.
I wish I got another juniper.
You can always get another juniper.
But you want
then.
triangles, you know, so you want 2 never looks right to the eye. You want 3.
Yep.
You can always add more. Good for now, though?
I think it looks good. Jeremy is going to continue working on those holes, and then he has a top secret soil combination that not even I am aware of that he's going to share with you guys.
That's right, Mama. Woo!
He's really excited about the dirt. So before we get the plants in the ground, I want to make a really exciting announcement. I told you a couple of weeks ago that we had partnered with Brave Books to write a children's book. I finally got the book written, which means it is officially available right now for pre-order, so you guys can be some of the first to order the book. You can go to gslbook.com, or you can just click our link that we have down below. Now remember, every single dollar that we earn on this book is being donated directly to pediatric cancer families and pediatric cancer warriors through the Childhood Cancer Coalition. So we're so excited to be working with them for a 5th year. We've done a big toy drive with them every single year with you guys, and we're unable to do the large toy drive this year. So the book is the main fundraiser, so we need to come through huge. But there is a book option. There is a book Ludo plushie option. The plushie is going to be amazing. I'm so excited about that. And then there's a whole gift set option. And then you guys chose Jess for the illustrator. She said yes to the project, and we are so blessed to have her. So it's in her hands literally right now, and she's working on that. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. I really want to do this together as a community, because the toy drive is something that we've always done together as a community. And so I want to make sure that this is our book. Also, if you pre-order the book, you can put a name or names that you want printed in the back of the book. And so your child or your grandchild can literally search and find their name. So it's just a fun little bonus if you pre-order right now. So remember, gslbook.com, go over there, place your pre-orders. Thank you so much for blessing these families and for helping me make a lifelong dream come true. Is somebody up from their nappy?
Welcome back, Mom. Are you ready to start planting?
I am.
All of our holes are dug, guys, and that was a really difficult process because we have such awful native soil here. Because of that, we're gonna be backfilling these holes for the sake of planting with the secret sauce.
We are.
The secret special soil recipe that I put together here just on the spot, on a whim.
I'm very excited about it.
So in that soil, we're gonna have peat moss, earthworm castings, that horse manure that we sifted out earlier. We have some beneficial rocks in there for the sake of drainage, some acidic garden fertilizer, because all of these plants, like, what?
This is a compost salad.
It is, that's what I'm saying.
This is a recipe.
Super secret special recipe.
Super sauce.
It should work really well, get these plants off to a good start. You ready to start planting?
I am ready.
Let's make it happen. You can't tell from there, but I'm gonna call this the front and call the front this direction. Sound good? Thumbs up of approval, I appreciate it.
Tread soft down the line, leave no path alone.
Root bound, once again.
The morning
Thanks.
has come. So clear and bright, all the melodies reside in the rising of the sun.
Quite the production.
You know how it goes.
I think you could avoid all this if we just had more placentas.
Get on it, let's go.
You get on it.
The scene unfolds and the endless stories told, and we simply play a part. My soul and heart, have I not been here before? As the rhythm of my heart
Well, Melissa's saying that it's time for dinner. We got our 3 main focal point trees stuck in the ground. I got a couple more shrubs to do. We also have some ground cover, but hoping to get this entire thing wrapped up by the end of tomorrow. That's the goal, right?
That's the goal.
Sounds good.
As a mom, I'm always struggling to get my family to take their vitamins and their prebiotics, but as it turns out, our family is actually more of a gummy vitamin type of family, but I learned that many on the market are seriously lacking, which led me to Grunes. So Grunes not only taste great, which is important to all of us, but they are also a convenient, comprehensive formula packed into 8 little gummies a day because you can't fit the amount of nutrients into just one gummy. Plus, this little pack makes it feel much more like a fun snack, which we can all appreciate. Speaking of fun, Grunes just added a juicy new flavor for summer, the raspberry lemonade. It is so delicious, but it is a limited edition, and just like summer, this is not going to last, so trust me when I tell you, you definitely want to stock up on this flavor because they're selling out fast. So these new strawberry lemonade Grunes have the same exact formula as the original. They just got a juicy upgrade, making them so much better than the generic multivitamins, which only offer 7 to 9 vitamins. Grunes have over 20 vitamins and minerals and over 60 whole food ingredients. There are no artificial colors, no artificial flavors, but somehow they still taste just like a fruit snack. Grunes isn't a multivitamin, a greens gummy, or a prebiotic. It is all of those things and then some at a fraction of the price, and bonus, it tastes great, especially with the new raspberry lemonade. So if you've been finding those generic vitamins lacking or even difficult to take, definitely give Grunes a try, and don't forget to stock up on the raspberry lemonade. Also right now, you can get up to 52% off, which is huge. Just click our link down in the description below. Today I have Mark Jenkins with Mark Jenkins Horsemanship coming out to take a look at Lexan. Lexan is our paint. He's been around for a couple years now, and he's very explosive and he's very unpredictable, but I do love this horse. He's my horse, but I need him to be safe for the kids, and I need him to be safe for me because, you know, I have a newborn. I can't be, you know, I've got 5 kids relying on me. So I've had a couple trainers come out. They're not interested in working with him because he is so unpredictable, and I need a professional to come out and just be brutally honest with me. Howdy, howdy. Thank you for coming out.
Absolutely.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. My name's Mark.
I'm Melissa.
Hello. So there's a big difference between is he going to be okay a year from now with thousands of dollars spent in training, or is he going to be okay in just a minute, or not the right fit for you guys. And so there's 2 things right here that I see right off the bat. And one of them is that as soon as I applied pressure, the head went up and the tail went up. An old timer once told me if the tail's in the air, keep your feet on the ground. Okay? Because this horse would need a minimum, starting completely over at 90 days.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at right now. He's got potential and he's not too old. He's only 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's definitely a horse I wouldn't give up on, but definitely one that you guys have to really focus if you want to invest. But here's something else too. If you get him to that point, you get him far enough along, if you do decide to sell him, he'll be much more valuable.
So Mark Jenkins just left, and he was brutally honest with us, and he basically said this horse needs to start over. He needs to start from halter training, and he needs daily work, at least 20 minutes a day, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have 5 kids and you've got a newborn, it's a lot, especially when you get into the summer months and then, you know, prepping for winter and all of that. So I need to think about what is best for the horse, and I need to think about what is best for our family, and more importantly, what is safe for our family, because if I get on him and I get hurt, where does that leave us? And I mean, you can get more than hurt on a horse. Let's just be realistic. And I have to think with my head on this one and not with my heart. I love this horse, which is why I still have him and why I've continued trying. And he is the 4th trainer I've brought in now, and the other 3 didn't want to work with him. And so, you know, Mark saw a lot of potential in him. He said he's not a lost cause, but he needs someone that can work with him every single day. And I don't know that I can do that. So we need to talk about it. We need to see what's realistic, and we got some tough decisions to make.
Well, I came out early this morning and got the remaining shrubs stuck in the ground here. We got these 2 golden junipers to finish things off. Also set down some tarps because we have a truckload of mulch that's showing up. So Melissa and I are planning to put down a bunch of weed barrier over this entire area because the weeds are absolutely out of control. If we don't do that, we'll get everything buried in some mulch, and then hopefully we'll have pretty much everything wrapped up at that point. I've got an idea before we put down this weed barrier.
What's your idea?
Why don't we grab that big white rock down at the bottom of the driveway, plop it in here to break up the
first rock we ever found on the property?
Yeah.
We've been saving that.
From trenching. This might help break things up a little bit, look a little more natural, what do you think?
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, we could use a couple rocks here and there. Jeremy went to go pick up the rock, and I didn't really feel like hiking down the driveway, so I'll catch him when he's coming around that mountain with it. But I did want to point out, now that all of our plants are in place, that yes, it does look a little skimpy right off the bat, but we've learned through our other landscaping projects that after 5 or 7 years, you can overstuff a landscaping bed pretty easily because everything here is gonna have like a 10-foot spread on it. And so we don't want it to look crowded when it does all grow in, so we're just gonna be really patient, and in a couple of years, it's gonna be beautiful. Also, we've had a lot of questions about whether or not the roots for the trees are going to disrupt our asphalt. Now, we do run the risk of that. Of course, root spread can be really large in some of these trees. So we tried to plant back from all of the asphalt, which is another reason that we didn't want to overcrowd the bed. So yes, we do run the risk of that a little bit, but we tried to mitigate it by just moving the plants back a bit. That's bigger than I remember it being.
Yeah, there's another one down there I might go grab. What I think we should do
It's gonna be awesome.
is measure this, dig a hole.
Yeah.
We'll put our weed barrier down and we'll dump this on top of the weed barrier back to the mulch.
That's a cool rock. You're gonna wait till the weed barrier.
I know. I changed my mind. I want to make sure the hole's big enough and get it set properly before putting on our mulching. We'd be committed at that point. So. Look good though? Yeah? Like it?
I like it. Well, Jeremy does the stand back. We want to talk about why this rock is precious to our family. So the very first thing we did when we moved here is we started trenching for power and for water. And this is the only rock that we found. We didn't find like a single little small rock. It was just clay. But this sucker was in the clay, this giant rock. So our neighbor that was helping us do the trenching set it aside and was like, use it in your landscaping. It's like this monumental rock that we found that just represents your journey. And so now it's really cool to have it adorning the flower bed in front of our house.
Incorporated into the landscape.
We've been holding onto the rock for so long.
Unfurl. We're getting our weed barrier put down, but I wanted to address a question that we got back about the water feature, going back a couple of videos now in the winter weather, because it does get so cold here in North Idaho in the wintertime. We've gotten down to negative 30 degrees in the overnight hours. Because of that, our plan is to just purge all of the water using a pump when it does get that cold. If it's just freezing in the 30s, we will probably just leave it as is because all that water is moving. But we don't want to run the risk of having our pump freeze and crack. Which reminds me of a fun little memory, Mama. Remember when we first moved here, literally night one, the pump in our trailer froze and cracked.
That was fun.
Good times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it presented a lot of issues for us. We got that rectified, but we're gonna make sure that doesn't happen again here in the future with our water feature.
Woohoo! Our mulch is here. This is gonna make it look much prettier. Today, as we completed the fountain area in front of our home, we had such a full circle moment. This has always been such a low priority area because we needed a garden, and we needed animal structures, and we needed a toilet. We needed a house. Something like landscaping sounded so far from reality that the day that our neighbor pulled that large boulder out from the power trench and suggested that we save it for a flower bed someday, we just sort of laughed and dumped it down the driveway. But today, as we place it in this beautiful area that Jeremy has created for our family, and we look at that fountain flowing, it just felt like a great big rock version of a cherry on top. This is our third house that our family has grown in, and in each one, Jeremy has built us a fountain with his own 2 hands. And every time he improves and learns, and the fountain changes and grows with us. Something about hearing the familiar trickle of the water just felt like home. Everything around it is different. We're different. But it gave us back a familiar little piece of belonging that we didn't even realize we were missing. Something that represents how we started, and with the grace of God, how far we've come.